What's up, besties? Y'all already know why we're here. We're here for the shenanigans. Y'all already seen the thumbnail. So let's get right into it. We're here for Baddies Gone Wild. Baddies Gone Wild. Episode 2. Let's get right into it. So we start off again at the top of the house, where they had already about to go pick their rooms or whatever the case may be is. They having their little discussions, this, that, and the third. Daisy and Coco get into it again, and they fight. Daisy beat her up. It is what it is. That's how I feel. Daisy beat her up. But Daisy, beat her up. Child, she beat her up. And I'm like, I don't understand why Daisy keep popping all of this beef, keep going back and forth, da-da-da-da, it is. But because, girl, she done beat you up how many times already? She beat you up too many times. Let it go. Whatever the issue is that y'all have, let it go, child. Let it go. Let it go. Y'all already know. Let it go. Child, let it go. Because she beat you up too many times. And if you keep on pushing the issue, she going to keep beating you up, which we going to see again when they get, I think they downstairs already. I'm not sure. Anyway. Then TT and Bahati fight again. They fight again. They feel like, she biting her. They had a whole issue about the fact that she bit her or whatever. And I'm just like, I didn't see that girl bite her. Whoever shouted it out had I don't know if they had a bad angle. They was there, so they probably seen more than what I could see. But it didn't look like she bit her. But they fought again, and right now, I'm feeling like Bahati kind of redeemed herself, but, she got to get up in there with TT. TT, she's a little firecracker, so she got to do what she needs to do with her, try to hang in there a little bit more with her, because that one is a little firecracker. Then Bahati and Relly get into it, because I'm like, Relly hasn't had enough of getting beat up already. And it is what it is. She done scratched up your face. You look like Freddy Krueger. You met with Freddy Krueger in the back alley, but she scratched up your face. She let you have it. You gonna get enough of getting beat up by that girl, because you can't fight, child. Daisy and these summer braids, child. I'm gonna need all of y'all under those wigs to be coming with a fresh braid set, because them bust down braids, child, they be looking terrible. Y'all be looking terrible when them wigs get snatched off. Y'all already know what it's a hitting for, and y'all come in there knowing y'all wigs is gonna get snatched off, and y'all be looking terrible. Child, this thing is uncomfortable. Anyway, I don't know if I'm here for the security and the confessionals, like I said the last episode, but it was a funny, because he was like, this girl keep getting beat up, and he was right. So now they all hightail it for the rooms, because now they, let them know that the rooms is ready for them to be picked. They all running all over the place, wigs is flying. They running all over the place, child. Nails is flying, shoes is flying, but they running to get their rooms. The room set up, y'all already know how the room is set up. Some rooms have 3 beds in them. Some rooms have 2 beds in them. The master bed even had 2 queen size master beds in them. And everybody's starting to pick their rooms, wandering off, feeling like who they vibing with so that they can sleep with or whatever. And Daisy and Bahati ends up in the same room. And TT gets the master bedroom, because she's like, that's what she deserves, that's what she can get, that's what she gonna take. Daisy, and like I said, Daisy and Bahati end up as roommates, but they both, the first thing that I said when I seen these doggone little beds was that I'm like, we got big old booties going in these little beds. And sure enough, Bahati was like, I've been fighting all day. I'm not trying to fight for a bed today. But tomorrow is a different story. So I already knew they was coming with the tea for that master bedroom from when she said that. Daisy was looking around like, I don't know about all of this. Because, girl, you got a lot of cushion for the pushing, and you need bigger space so that you could stretch out. Stretch out, child. Anyway, so yeah, I already knew it was going to be a situation about that master bedroom with them 2 girls, because they already said it the night before. Anyway, again, like I said, I'm not sure how I feel about the confessionals. I kind of sort of like the confessionals because they could get candid in the confessionals without the other girls being around, or they don't have to feel no kind of way about saying what they really want to say to the girls. I mean, in front of the girls. But we'll see. We'll see, because the confessionals could kind of get a little bit messy. They all head to the kitchen to do another toast because they're getting ready to go out to the club. My whole thing is they worried about a whole lot of other stuff, but I don't see none of them worried about taking a bath. They've been in them clothes probably like 24 hours, and none of them said, oh, I'm going to take a bath. Go freshen up. It's hot outside because it got to be hot. It got to be hot. Where they at? But none of them took a shower. And then they talking about the fan votes. I feel like Bahati and Daisy, I'm probably going to reiterate it again. Bahati and Daisy so far have been my fan favorite. So that if I was to vote, which I probably won't, those would be mine. So they get to the toast. They're getting ready to have a toast. Coco feels like she wants to address the issue again with Daisy. And they end up fighting again. And because Daisy turned around and looked at her. Daisy turned around and looked at Coco and was like, I feel like you feel like you want to get something off your chest or whatever. Coco was like, I'm on with you on. They ended up fighting again, child. Daisy tried to push her through the window, child. She was going through the window. Okay? If security didn't break up that fight, she was going through the window. At this point, Coco just let it go. Again, this is y'all third fight already. Fourth fight, let it go. Shake hands and let it go. And it's not like Coco can't fight. Because Coco could fight. Daisy could just beat her. Because Coco could fight. Daisy could just fight better. Or, she just got the upper hand on her. It happens like that sometimes. It happens like that sometimes. Good fighter towards good fighter. One of them just get the edge. Shay and Janelle fight again. And I'm just like, Janelle, how many times you gonna get beat up by? Shay, how many times you gonna get beat up by Janelle? Just leave that issue alone too. Like, it's so silly, the fighting. And at this very moment, they fighting all over the place. I'm over all of this fighting. Let's get something else going. So they get on a sprinter to head to the club, and I can't front. Daisy was being 100% a friend. Yo, I love a friend like Daisy who gonna tell you the real, raw truth and don't spare you nothing, and y'all could live to talk about it. Child, because Daisy turned to Bahati and was like, you won that one fight, but child, them other girls was beating you up. I was on the floor. And it was nothing Bahati could say. But Bahati lived to she stepped up her game. By the end of the episode, she stepped up her game a little bit. But it was, I appreciate friends like that can be candid with you and you not get offended. You take the criticism and you run with it. And that's pretty much what Bahati did. But it was hilarious. I loved it. So, this was before the club, child. This was before the club. This was, I don't know what, I think they was in the bedroom when she told her that. So I'm kind of like jumping ahead of game. So then they all decide to want to go to the hot tub. And I'm just like, oh, y'all all dirty in the hot tub. But it's all right. I mean, it is what it is. Ming Lee and Shay is in a hot tub, child. They is getting busy in a hot tub at this point. But Ming Lee needs to go. She gives off this weird vibe. She gets in the confessionals and she makes a statement talking about, when they was fighting and all of that stuff. She made that confessional statement that we jealous of them and like all kind of stupid stuff. And I'm just like, girl, it's not that. And that's not the only thing. I got another video I think I'm going to talk about Ming Lee, where she is crying because she bought a new house. And I'm just like, you need to regulate your emotions, sis, because you all over the place. And I feel like she does not belong in this BaDDIES Gone Wild. I said what I said. Ming Lee does not belong in the BaDDIES Gone Wild. I feel like she goes through an abundance of emotions. She doesn't know how to react. She doesn't know how to react in real time. Like, she says the weirdest things all the time. And I'm just like, at this point, get her off the show because I'm tired of seeing her weirdness. Keep that weirdness in the house. Keep it in the confines of your own house. I'm sorry. I understand that that's Nikki's sister, but she's weird. She's weird. And you know, like I said, then they decide after they already got their dirty tails in the pool, they decide to go in the house and put on bathing suits. And I'm like, y'all already dirtied the pool. Why put on bathing suits now? I mean, it is what it is, child. But then at the pool, they start with the argument, the mother argument again about, you know, and I'm just like, Jaden, y'all, this girl, they sitting there arguing. She's looking like she don't want to fight. And then she's like, oh, well, let me go put on my swim cap. And I'm just like, if you don't want to fight, just say that. If you don't want to fight, just say that. She goes in the house. They allow her to go in the house to put on her swim cap. She comes back down. She's standing there looking stupid, arguing with the girl. And they didn't even, and I'm like, you really don't want to fight. Just, if you don't want to fight, just say you don't want to fight. Say you over it, whatever. It's okay. They still going to call you a punk whether you fight or not. They still, you know, so I said, if you don't want to fight, just say you don't want to fight. But they get to fighting and she got beat the heck up again. I'm like, you did all that just to get beat, and she beat you up worse than the first time. So there was no need for you to even go get your swim cap. You should have just said, I don't want to fight. I ain't in the mood to fight. I had a couple of drinks. Girl, get out of my face. And you should have just left it at that. And security really did not break up the fight. The girls had to break up this fight. And I'm like, security is literally picking and choosing who fights they gonna break up and who fights they not gonna break up. Is it in y'all contract or something? Because they was not breaking up this fight. I swear to you, they was fighting for a long time to the point where people literally 3 or 4 people had to get in and jump in and break up that fight because security was not there. And I can't front. When they came back out after they broke up that fight, child, that birthday joke was hecka funny. She said, you could get beat up on your birthday. Your mama could get beat up on your birthday. That was a key for me, child. I was here for it. All of it. So now they starting to go get ready for the club. They all starting to get ready for the club. And they come out of the house, child, they all looked a mess. They need to step up their dressing game because they looked a mess. I was like, what? And then Natalie had on the same clothes that she had on all day too. I was like, well, did you at least wash your cooch, child? Did you wash your cooch? I don't think anybody washed. I think they just put on clothes and was like, oh, let's go. Let's go. Child, they was walking in the club like Nick Cannon was walking in that movie, She's All That, child. I was like, it was funny, but it was cute. It was cute. I was bugging. It was a key for me. Anyway, and then they, you know, when they was in the club, they turned up for sure. They turned up for sure. They was looking cute. They was dancing. I mean, they didn't look cute, but they was looking cute while they was partying. They was dancing. They looked like they had a really good time. That's one thing I'll give them. They look like the turn up crew. And I like this. I kind of like them better than I like the baddies right now. Because they giving a whole little cutesy vibe. And they had a good time, child. They was throwing it. They was popping it. They was drinking it. They was doing it up. They had a good time. So Cupcake and Daisy have a discussion. And they talk about, they want to, you know, sit in the confessionals and talk. They already home. They want to sit in the confessionals and talk about how, you know, what transpired earlier that day or whatever. Drunk girl tries to get into the confessionals or try to talk to somebody. And I just think at this point, she was just drunk. And, Daisy beat the crap out of her. Child, she bopped her the hell up. I can't even front. First of all, when she pushed her, she pushed the shit out of her. And then she bopped her right on up. Like, girl, get out of here. And she was so mad. And I was just like, ooh, where did this energy come from? But I didn't understand why she just kept trying to come into the confessionals. That was kind of like perplexing to me. If she telling you, I don't know, they didn't have the audio on. So I didn't know what she was telling her, but she had to have tell her like, yo, just give us a minute. We trying to have a conversation, blah, blah, blah. But she kept being persistent. So I would have pushed her the same way. I feel like I would have pushed her the same way. Especially if you already told her like, look, we're trying to have a conversation here. We're trying to record it, our conversation, and just kind of like squash everything. And she just kept coming. I would have pushed the shit out of her. Like, get out of here. So I ain't mad at her. But then she beat her up for that. But it was too much. It was overkill because she was bopping. Boom, 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 bop, bop, bop. That's my rendition of an uppercut. And she deserved it. Drop that in the comments if y'all think she deserved it, because I feel like she did. I feel like she did. Anyway, so Daisy and Bahati, they ready to go. They ready to go for the master bedroom because they tired of sleeping in them little beds. They both said they slept uncomfortably and they wasn't happy with the situation. So they head right on up to TT and Cupcake's room. And they, you know, Bahati was like, girl, I want the bed. At least Daisy was like, TT, I'm sleeping with you, move over. You know, she wasn't trying to take over the whole room. She was just trying to like, listen, let me get in this bed with you, move over. Daisy was like, nah, you can't stay here. You got, I mean, not Daisy. Bahati was like, nah, you can't stay here. You gotta go. You ain't sleeping in here. I'm taking your bed. That's what she was on. And Cupcake was like, you're not taking my bed. It is what it is. Like, stop playing. Get out of here. Da, 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 da. Now, the funny thing is, I remember Cupcake saying that if you come for her, she gonna come for you. And it didn't look like she was doing much of coming because it looked like she was kind of like pleading. Oh, you know, stop playing. Get out of here. Why you gonna do that? Blah, 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 blah. But child, Bahati was dead serious. And the funny thing is, as they fighting all over the room, rolling all over the place, bumbling all over the place, Bahati was getting hers, yo. She was beating her, and Bahati be using hands and feet and everything. But one thing I can say about Bahati does not understand the culture of American fighters. And I think it's because it's an Australian thing or whatever she's from. She don't understand the culture because they always catch her slipping. She will fight you and then turn around like nothing happened. She will fight you and then look away like, oh, I'm going to here to see the flowers, and literally poof, out of mind, out of sight. Cupcake, I'd seen Cupcake about to snuff her and get on her, but Bahati was in La La Land. And I'm like, y'all drop that in the comments and tell me if y'all caught that. The fact that Bahati she'll fight somebody and then just go off to another task and think nothing is happening. And people be still mad. People be wanting their lick back. So I don't think she understands the culture, which is understandable. But at the end of the day, she gotta think quick. And she gotta remember, she gotta understand that people be wanting their lick back and they're gonna come for you, child. I didn't like how TT was moving, because TT was really trying to insert herself into that that Bahati and Cupcake fight, only because she knew she could beat Bahati. And I didn't like the way she was moving, and she was annoying me. She really thought that people was gonna like her and appreciate her. Girl, I don't like you. You look, even in that mermaid outfit, you look weird. But I don't like you, and I'm sure a lot of other people don't like you either. And I didn't like how she was moving. But then when Daisy was like, you know, let me, because TT was like, that Bahati is following behind Daisy. Whatever energy Daisy on, that's the energy that she's on. Which it could be in some instances, like when she fought downstairs when they was taking shotties by the, wild girls take shots, wild girls take shots. When they was doing that, you could say that because she didn't fight until after Daisy fought. But in this very instance, in the confessional, she had already said that she was coming for the master bedroom. So she's not, in this instant in particular, she's not following behind Daisy. She was on her own time. But when Daisy said, I'm coming for they just came together. And she was like, oh, we on that. But she had been said it beforehand. And then so Daisy was like, yo, they wasn't really trying to kick TT out of the room, because I felt like they was kind of like liking TT. I don't think they was kind of like trying to kick Daisy anyway, because I don't think Bahati liked her, so Bahati didn't really care. But I don't think Daisy was actually initially trying to kick TT out of the room. I think she kept saying, I'm sleeping in the bed with you. I'm sleeping in the bed with you. I'm sleeping in the bed with you. And I'm like, TT just felt some kind of way, like, oh, you're not trying to come and take this room. Da 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 da. And when she pushed her charge, she's nothing but a twig anyway. Even though she could fight, she ain't nothing but a twig. I already knew that Daisy was gonna get up on her. I already knew it. Child, this trailer for next episode, I'm here for it. I cannot wait. I'm here for it. I'm feeling BaDDIES Gone Wild. There's just a couple of players that need to be eliminated. I didn't like the fact that Natalie was trying to call those other girls out, but them other girls were trying to stay out of the fight when they was downstairs taking shot o'clocks. But I'm here for it, child. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about BaDDIES Gone Wild episode 2. I give it a 10 out of 10. I really like it. I like the trajectory of it. And I'll watch for another episode. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I feel like Daisy and Bahati is the fan favorites, and they should be. Even though you can only pick one, I really will pick Bahati. But at the end of the day, I like them both. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know who y'all like. And we're going to discuss. Child, we're going to come back and discuss. Thank you all guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.